Hello and welcome back to the Mission YouTube channel, and today I'm excited. I'm really excited, Matt, because we've made your darts for you. You love them, but today I'm going to get the opportunity to mess about with the back end and see if we can't get your tournament ready.
I used to play with slims, slightly bigger than the slim. That's when I had the great checkout percentage at the World Championship. I then went to a kite because of the issue with my arm. As that's starting to heal, I found that I can actually start using slims a little bit again. And the slims for me, I tend to find is when I produce my best.
So I'm really excited about this. I've brought loads of different systems with me today, and they're all molded. I've got the Force 90s there in slim. I've got some FitFlights in kite. I've got Condors also in a slim. And then I've gone for Cosmos as well in two different ones, a kite and a super slim. All around what Matt's used in the past, but we're all going to offer something a little bit different. We're going to stick to the same stem length he's always used, but we're going to change the flight massively. So I'm going to kick off with something that you know, a kite system. Now this is L-flight. It's actually three pieces, the stem, the flight, and there's a little champagne ring that the stem slots into.
There's actually a little bit more give as well in them, isn't there, than you get with a standard sort of...
Yeah, but they're going to maintain that 90 degrees, and that's the bit I like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit floaty actually.
Yeah.
And almost a bit fly up.
Yeah,
That's not for you.
No, I can tell already.
That's not going to be working for you, I don't think, because you're now kind of halfway between how they normally land. Yeah. Still managed to find a 140, but I can tell you're not happy. All right, the next ones are in kite again, but this is Cosmo FitFlight Air. Now these are going to feel super light. This is going to feel like all you can feel is the barrel in your hand. The weight of the barrel, it'll feel like there's almost nothing on the back end. Much more solid through the air, not certain about the angle of entry yet.
Yeah. Well, I can play off of that.
Yeah, through the air, it's much faster.
See, I can play off of that one.
I would certainly say there's some food for thought there. I don't think they've gone in the bin just yet. There's some food for thought, some good scoring.
Yeah, they go in the maybe bin pile.
Okay. In we go to the Mission Force 90s now in a slim. So traditional slim shape, same length that you've always used, moulded system. Let's give them a go.
And grooves in the stems as well.
Aerodynamic, that's the word, isn't it? And now we're back to the dart landing like I know I'm used to seeing you throw a dart.
Yeah, but look in the middle. It's like...
Yeah, let me come behind and let's have a look at how they're landing in.
It's that flight of the dart.
Okay.
It's not quite smooth.
I get the angle into the board, but from where I'm stood, the actual line is very, very straight. There's no spinny. It's straight, but I can tell you're just not...
I feel like I'm going left to come back in again.
Okay. Right on cue? Almost. Right, there's definitely some food for thought in those. I don't think you're 100%, but I think we're getting there.
Oh yeah, that's in the maybe pile.
That's in definite maybe.
Definite maybe.
Favourite album, I think, that one. This one is a favourite of mine with regards to you. It's the first thing that came to mind. It's called Wing Slim. It's very slightly different to a standard slim. Condor Axe. I think this is going to be a winner.
This is very similar shape to what I did play Ali Pali with, because it's just wider.
Yeah.
I used to say this. It was like a slim wearing a hat, and this looks very similar because you just got that.
Yeah.
Instead of cutting up straight, it's just a bit wider.
Yeah. Straight they're going. I don't think I tightened up that second one by the looks of it. It just looked to loosen itself a little bit there. Okay, so through the air, that is not moving a muscle. I mean, literally, side on angle, Matt, it's not moving. It's so straight into the board. There's nothing going on there at all. How does it compare feel-wise? Can you still feel the barrel in your hand?
Yeah, it's weird because actually I feel I've got more stability, and again, this is where people watching need to, like, because if you watch just the board,
Yeah.
it's not as good, but I can tell it's...
Yeah, and you can't, look, having 12 darts isn't going to be, it's got to be how it feels. You can't just go off what have I actually scored.
Yeah.
Now, I think we should go one step further. I've got one other thing that I want you to try, and then we should maybe go back and revisit some. Right, and a bit of a radical one to finish, Matt. This is the Cosmo Pro flight system, and this is just called S1. They actually do 6 weird and wonderful shapes. This is kind of the nearest to a slim, but with a little bit taken off. I certainly couldn't throw this, but you're unique. Let's see if you can.
I feel like this would suit someone who grips, like, towards the point.
Okay.
Because you're not going to get much of an arc.
Well, we'll keep quiet. We won't go off the facts. You started with the 140 with the unusual flights. You're going to have to give us some kind of impression here of what these feel like, because they're very, very different.
Oh, that's perfect. Watch. Oh.
Oh. My word, there's a lot of room in the treble because they're so narrow.
Oh, yeah, the smaller the flight, the bigger the advantage, isn't it?
Without a doubt.
Do you know what? I can actually use these. Oh, that's perfect.
You can't even miss the treble. Considering you've just picked these up for the first time, there's a lot of trebles going in there, Matt.
Yeah, I'm not minding these, actually. I thought when I first thrown them, there's a bit of deviation, shall we say, in it.
Yeah, and perhaps if they see again we're in. The first time you look at them, you're like, "Ooh, I'm not sure that," you know, because it looks different, isn't it? It's different at the end of the day.
Double 16. No.
For me, at the moment, that's in 3rd place. I definitely want to revisit the 3 that are sort of in the maybes. Right, Matt. Now, this is always key. We're going back to something here. We've changed shape and we've gone back to the Cosmo FitFlight Air in kite, the one that I kind of got the impression you didn't want to like it, but the results were really good. Let's see if the results are as good again. It's that pitching up, isn't it? Yeah. It just doesn't look right to you.
Yeah, I'm not overly keen on that bit.
We're doing a great demonstration here, how changing that flight shape can change your angle of entry.
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
But if I get just above the wire, maybe a bit tighter than that, that's poor. If I can just get it to sit on top of the wire.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Oh, okay.
See, that makes it tricky now.
Yeah, it does. But
So
I mean, you would be
right.
switching, wouldn't you? You'd be switching.
No, I
now.
can get that in bottom left.
You can get it in, yeah, just in the corner. Oh, it's a good effort. You can score with these.
That I'd be switching.
Yes. It just, I don't know whether it doesn't feel right. I don't know whether it's the fact that it's sat up in the board that doesn't, your eye doesn't like that. There's no question you can throw it because you've hit a lot of scores with it. You're still hitting a lot of scores with it. But are you going to be comfortable?
I don't know.
Literally, could you try and miss the treble? I mean, like,
this will annoy people. I guess.
Yeah, there's going to be people watching this going, "Are you kidding? You're hitting a treble or 2 every single throw. What are you even?" There you go. He's put a 41 in just for you. Right. Okay. So that was the first one. Let's go back to the second one. Back to the Wing Slim. I think you like these. I like them. This was my favourite of the 3 on the short list. So really interested now to see second time. Do they still feel as comfortable?
Takes a throw after throwing the last ones just to sort of adjust to them.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Very, very different.
Oh dear. Oh, dropped it.
The interesting thing with these is it reminds me of the way you throw, you know, with the nylon flights that you've had in the slims, it just looks like your throw. The dart stays very straight in the air. It's a stacker dart with those in. Does it feel more comfortable? Do you feel at home with this one?
I mean, that looks inviting. That doesn't. But yeah, If anything, they're probably just dropping a bit early, but I think that's me. I think if I throw them a bit harder like that.
Yeah, I think you're
like
right.
that.
Yeah, they're a bit more positive, perhaps, which
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing. All right, back to the curveball. I wasn't expecting you to like them perhaps as much as you are doing. You're quite excited to give them a second go. Can they throw them? All right.
Firm. I mean, that doesn't block it at all. That's the benefit of these.
Which is, yeah, that really is the benefit. You know,
I can still do
wow.
that.
So
And I can
you've
still go on top of that.
Yeah, that
Just there.
Wow. So for anybody watching that first dart looks like a blocker. Got a switch.
Yeah.
Yet you've put 2 trebles in.
Yeah, I can just go to left.
What a
hand.
massive advantage. So
And
if you actually drop it below, it's going to be perfect. Above, still got the treble.
And this also answers a question a lot of people ask, like, do pros aim for corners of things? Yeah, you can play round things, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Just demonstrated there, like, oh, there's a room there.
Yeah. I can't get over how much room there is, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm looking from a darter's perspective here, and when that's in the treble, you almost can't see the flight. It's that small. I can see now why Phil used those little ones all the time he did.
And the colour just blends in with the dart, with the dartboard. Oh. Again, that would be switch time, but I reckon I'd go bottom right there.
Oh, very close. I think the conclusion here, Matt, is you can't make the decision today which of these 3 systems you're going to put in place. I think you've possibly eliminated one of them, but I think the other 2 are going to need some serious practice, not 3 minutes, you know, some serious practice. I think a couple of hours with these will tell you, no, actually, couldn't hit a double with them, or actually, these are going in the case.
Yeah, we'll have a go.
Watch this space.